guys, so for today's video I'm going to be doing this like neon 3D type of design. So to start off, I'm going to be painting all of the nails with these jelly gel polishes from Nails by Dev. I'm using My Lips Are Tealed, Talk to the Hand, Flip Phone, Totally Buggin', and Flubber. I do 2 layers of each color and I cure each layer for 60 seconds. So I know it's been a couple weeks since I last posted. I did mention real quick on my community tab that my anxiety was kicking my butt and it was making it really hard for me to get things done. So I did just take the time to step back for a minute and like take a break and get my mind right. And honestly, I wasn't expecting to take this long of a break. I mean, I know it wasn't a super long break, but it was longer than I was anticipating. But honestly, it just felt like the right thing to do and what I needed to do to make sure that I could come back and be on top of everything and make good quality content for you guys. And actually I was going to upload a video on Wednesday. It was going to be an Easter set, but then, I don't know, I was going through trying to clear up some space and I accidentally deleted the video that I had just filmed. So, I didn't realize that I had deleted that video until after I had cleared out my trash can as well. So that video is gone and I'm really annoyed about that. And I mean, I could refilm it, but I don't really feel like refilming it. Like, I don't want to do that set again. I do have a reel for it though. Or like a short, so I'll post that so you guys can still see it, but it's not going to be like a full-length video like this being uploaded for it. And I'm so mad that I deleted that because it is such a cute set and I was really happy with it, and I went and messed up, but you know, it is what it is and I just gotta keep moving forward. So when I was doing this set, I didn't really have an idea of anything that I wanted to do. I just knew I wanted to do this set so I could use the trippy gel that I got from Nails by Dev. So I was just making this all up as I went along. So after I got the nails all painted, I decided... Sorry about that. My allergies are really bad right now. But like I was saying, I decided I was going to do some like blooming gel dots on top, and I wanted those dots to match the color of the jelly color of the nails. And because I don't have a teal gel polish, I did end up having to mix up my own teal. But for the rest of the colors, I did have gel polishes that matched them. So to mix up the teal, I am using Perfect Green and Maddie from Madam Glam. I chose to use Perfect Green because it's already kind of tealish looking. It definitely is more of a like blue based green rather than like a yellow based green or like a true green. And I thought it would make it a little bit easier and I wouldn't have to use as much blue. So I just mixed those two together. And I started out with more of the green than the blue just because I thought I wasn't going to need that much blue. But I think I did end up mixing in a little bit more of the blue just to get it a little more teal and to match that jelly color a little bit better. And then after I got this color mixed up, I did just go ahead and lay out the rest of the colors here on my palette. I am using Florist, Perfect Purple, and Mimosa from Madame Glam, as well as Electric Green from Nail Reserve. I do have discount codes for both Madame Glam and Nail Reserve, so if anyone is interested in purchasing from either website, these codes will save you a little bit of money. I will have them up here on the screen. They are down in the description box as well. Now I'm just going to take my blooming gel and apply that to the entire nail, and then I'll take my dotting tool and dip it into the same color as the nail that I'm working with. So for this nail, I am going to be using the teal that I had mixed up and just dotting that gel polish on in a random pattern. I will say the first time I did it, I didn't really like how it looked, so I did go ahead and wipe that off and then reapplied the blooming gel and dotted those dots on again, but in a different way, and I liked how that looked a lot better. So then after that sat and bloomed out for a little bit, I did go ahead and cure for a full 60 seconds. And then I just repeated that same process for all of the nails. like I said earlier, the whole purpose of me doing this set was so I could use this trippy gel from Nails by Dev. And again, because there is no teal that comes with these trippy gels, I did have to mix the blue and the green to make my own teal. But for the rest of the colors, those had already existed in this trippy gel collection. So for those that don't know, trippy gel is just the like 3D gel, solid gel, sculpting gel stuff that's like super popular right now. And you can buy these off of, well, you can't buy the trippy gel brand, but you can buy like the 3D sculpting gels off of Amazon and Temu. I've bought some off of Temu before, and they work well. They were a little bit sticky, and compared to that Temu brand that I had bought, the Nails by Dev one is a lot less sticky. It doesn't stick to my gloves, and when I start maneuvering it and like working with it, it doesn't really heat up and melt as much. I did notice if I messed around with it too much, then it would start to heat up and kind of melt and get really sticky, but it was nothing like the brand that I got from Temu. I used that quite a bit when I was doing all of my Halloween sets, and I know I mentioned, I'm pretty sure it was the black one from that set that was super sticky. It was the stickiest out of all of them. And I haven't used the black trippy gel yet, so I don't know how that is compared to it. But if it's anything like the colors that I did use, then it's not going to be anywhere near as sticky as from that other brand. But all I did was grab a chunk of it and then roll it out into these long lines. And then I just kind of laid them out on the nail in like a squiggly pattern. There was no rhyme or reason as to what I was doing. I was just kind of messing around and trying to get a feel for these trippy gels, just because I've never used them before and I wanted to see what they were like and test them out. And as I always say when using these 3D sculpting gels, you do want to make sure you are wearing gloves, nitrile gloves to be specific, because latex doesn't actually protect you from gel. The gel molecules can still get through latex, versus with nitrile they can't. So always make sure you are wearing gloves whenever you are handling this, and if you are working with it with your hands, you do not want to touch it with your bare hands. I feel like this is pretty common knowledge nowadays, and lots of people are talking about it and saying how you should always be using gloves. However, I do still see people using this and sculpting with their bare hands, and honestly at this point I'm just like, you know what, that's on you, and when you develop an allergy, like, you have no one to blame but yourself. I will say though, it's kind of disappointing to see like brands that sell these advertise and say that it is okay to use with your bare hands when it's not. So I do think nail companies and brands that sell these products do need to do better and show the proper way of using these products, because they can cause a lot of damage if used improperly. And I just think it's very important to showcase the correct way of using things. But with all that being said, I just continued that same process across all of the nails. And I waited until I was completely done with all of the nails before I went ahead and cured them. This stuff is solid, so it's not going to run and spread or move at all. So you can just do one nail, set it aside, and let it sit while you finish the rest of the nails. And then once I did finish all of the nails, I did go ahead and cure for a full 60 seconds. And I do just want to mention real quick that mixing these trippy gels together to create different colors is super easy, and it doesn't take long at all. Like, the colors mix so nicely and they blend so well together. Versus that other brand that I got off of Temu, it was a little more difficult for me to mix those and get the colors that I needed with those. Also, I apologize on these parts where I'm applying the trippy gel. I am out of focus and out of frame a lot. I wasn't really paying attention to the camera. Like, when I was filming this, I was just doing it and trying to get it on. So there's a lot of shots where it's blurry or I'm out of frame. So I do apologize for that. Also, something else that I want to mention real quick. I know I posted it on my community tab when I made it, but I did make a new Instagram account specifically for all of my nail posts. I was posting on, I guess, what is my personal account now, all my nail stuff, just because that was the only account that I had, and I didn't really want to make a second account because I felt like that was going to be too much work to be going back and forth between the two. But then it just kind of got to the point where I'm like feeling like I can't really post whatever I want on my now personal account because I'm sitting over here posting all this nail stuff, and I feel like people who are following me now only want to see the nail stuff and not anything else. So I did go ahead and just make a new account. That way I can post whatever I want on my personal and then just have all my nail stuff on the other account. So if you are interested in seeing what I'm posting on Instagram, you can go ahead and follow me. My name is Tips by Libs, and Tips and Libs have a Z on the end. I'll leave the name here up on the screen. It is also down in the description below. And then once everything was cured, I went in with my LGN shiny top coat and top coated the nails. For this trippy gel, it does cure without a sticky layer, so you technically don't have to top coat it. I did just so it would match with the background and be shiny like that. It does kind of cure already shiny, but from past experiences, I've noticed that when something does cure without that sticky layer and it looks shiny at first, it kind of loses that shine after a while. So I do still like to top coat with a shiny top coat. That way it keeps the shine. And you could also matte top coat it if you wanted to make it matte. But either way, I do recommend top coating. That way it stays shiny if you want that shiny look. I didn't show myself top coating all of the nails just because I had to go around all of the little squiggles and get in all the nooks and crannies, and that was kind of a tedious task. I also made sure that there was no pooling in all of those crevices. And then after I got all of the top coat applied, I did go ahead and cure for a full 60 seconds. And this is how the nails came out. And I really like these nails. I really love the colors on these and how bright and fun they are. They're definitely giving me like spring, summer vibes, which is perfect since spring has actually just started on Wednesday and it's starting to get warmer out. And these are just like the perfect set to go into those warmer months here. Also, not gonna lie, I feel like I did a pretty good job mixing up the teal trippy gel as well as like the cream gel polishes to match that jelly teal color, which I am pretty happy about. Also, I love this set so much. Like, it's just so fun and bright. I am a little disappointed that I didn't just go ahead and do this on myself, but also this was just kind of like a tester set to try out and test the trippy gels, because I do have a different idea that is going to be kind of similar to this design, but completely different at the same time. I know that doesn't make sense right now, but it will when you see what I have planned. So I did just want to test out and try this trippy gel before I did that set on myself later on, just so that way I would kind of already have an idea of how this works and how to use it and maneuver with it. But this is what they look like on my hand. I did finally get some more sticky tabs so I can put these little press-ons that I make on my hand and show them off that way and show what they look like outside in the sunlight. And with that, I do just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video.